What is up, fellow YouTubers? I got you on the cell phone. And, well, I had this crazy idea. I was going to turn my banana bread into a bacon cheeseburger. This sounds crazy enough on its own. That is no joke, folks. However, we don't need all of this banana bread that we have here. Just a small section of it will do. So I'm going to go ahead and put this banana bread in the fridge for later. I don't know about y'all YouTube, but this sounds like some craziness. Who amongst you has ever thought about taking banana bread and using it as the buns for your bacon cheeseburger? I'm telling you right now, this is going to be nuts. I'm going to get that heated up on the stove. And just to keep it from sticking, this is going to be the bun for our burger patty. This nice section of banana bread right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this banana bread that I made earlier and I'm going to cut it in half the best that I can. Okay, that looks good. Cut that in half beautifully. I'll definitely be doing dishes tomorrow. Now I got this bread cut in half into two pieces here. I'm going to add some butter to the pan so we can toast it up. I have no idea how the banana bread's going to hold up if I try to toast it YouTube, but we'll try. So far it's holding up pretty good. I cut it in half, it didn't fall apart too bad. Alright, so let's throw in a nice big fat chunk right there. That's enough of that. That'll be enough to toast our bun. Heck, we may even have enough to cook our bacon in it too if there's a little bit left. But here's the idea. We're going to take this banana bread right here and we're going to make an Elvis Presley Bacon Cheeseburger with it. But Elvis Presley loved his peanut butter banana bacon sandwiches, so we're going to take a twist on that sandwich and a twist on the sandwich I made and really do it up. And that butter right there, see that melting in the pan? That's what we want. I'm and get that butter nice and melted. And then we're going to toast up the buns and that buttery goodness. I don't think we need a whole lot of butter for the for this to work. And take the spatula and spread it around. Now before that butter cooks off completely. We're not going to bother with seasoning on this. We're just going to drop it in there. Okay, I'm going to drop these slices of banana bread right in there just like that. I'll take that melted butter on the bottom and just kind of spread it on the inside of our bun. Just like that. Kind of stir it around on the inside. Now all that butter is going to cook into the inside of the banana bread. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. Cutting it in half didn't do too bad. Well, I gotta be honest, it didn't really toast up like I thought it was going to. The butter made it really, really soggy in the middle. But it didn't fall apart, so that's good. Yeah, that banana bread is like literally sticking to the spatula. And this banana bread, I made it earlier. It's that peanut butter chocolate banana bread that I made earlier. 8 ingredients, you know. It's not really toasting up like I thought it would. I'm not going to cook it in the butter for too much longer because I don't think it's going to do what I hoped it would do. But at least it's not falling apart, so that, YouTube, I cannot complain. What kind of buttery, mushy banana goodness in the middle. Okay, so the burger's not really like toasting up on the buns like I thought it would. But like I said, it's not falling apart either, so I mean, it's probably gonna make this really mushy. But I'm willing to take that chance. Make this bigger. The second half's going to be our bottom bun because it's a little bit thicker. Now we got all the residue from that greasy, buttery banana goodness. I don't know, man. I'm not going to bother with seasoning on this burger just because of how sweet it's going to be. Don't get me wrong, the combination of seasonings that I use on my burgers are usually pretty good. But because of all the sweet ingredients going on this burger, we don't need any seasoning, just a little bit of butter. Now while that burger patty cooks, I'm going to add a little bit of butter to the bottom of the pan. Oh man, this is a heart attack on a bun if I ever did see one. Just a little bit. Put a little teeny tiny chunk and just spread it all over the top of the frozen patty. Like that. Get off of this bastard. And put just a little bit underneath on the bottom, just like that. And take that butter and just circle around. Yeah, there we go. That'll do it. We're gonna cook some. We're gonna need a little bit of this for the bacon as well, so might as well leave the fork out. This burger YouTube is gonna be artery clogging good. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do a burger with banana bread, I might as well do an Elvis Presley Bacon Cheeseburger. Now flipping that burger patty over, all that butter that I put on the other side is going to melt into that burger and really give it some artery clogging flavor. I don't need any salt, don't need any pepper, but flipping that burger over, all that butter is just cooking into that beef as we speak. I give it a flip. I can cook the other side of it. Like that. Beautiful. These things really got peanut butter in it, but we're going to add peanut butter and mayo to the top bun with a little bit of jelly. Before we do that, we're going to get our pre-cook done first, which isn't going to take that long. If you've already got this bread on hand, this is really easy. Go for a nice medium rare. You don't need to be cooked that long, just long enough. Just long enough to get it to that nice medium rare texture. Beautiful. A little bit longer, not too much longer. There we go. Well, I definitely cut it to the right size. That slice of banana bread, yeah, that's the perfect size and diameter. It's, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave the fridge open while I take care of this one piece of bacon real quick. Just grab a piece so I can put it back in the fridge and then close it. There we go. Tear that son bitch in half. Maybe the last time we need to use our fork. So just grab it real quick. Do a little bit more butter in the middle of the pan. There we go. That'll cook into our bacon. Perfect. The bacon or the butter away. Oh great, that piece curled up. Son of a biscuit. You know, if you use a kitchen knife, you can straighten it back out. Bacon starts to curl up. Hold it down on the pan on one side with both the spatula and the kitchen knife. The bacon starts to curl up. Just take like a fork or a kitchen knife of some sort, like a butter knife, you know, and hold it down straight on the pan while it cooks on one side for a bit. There we go, got that bacon to uncurl just like that. Beautiful. You gotta flip your bacon and it curls on you a little bit. Do you hate that? You got all these fancy devices to keep you from curling it. And really all you need is like a fork in your spatula. Hold the fork on one side down when you hold the bacon. When you hold that bacon flat to your hot surface, with the spatula down on the other side like I just did, hold it out nice and straight. It'll keep your bacon from curling. That'll assure a much more even cook. Oh yeah. Now would I recommend cooking bacon and butter, or butter spread, whatever you want to call it? Absolutely, man. This is how you do bacon, man. This is swinging stuff, you know. This will make a nice addition to the sandwich here. And that bacon is just about done. Now I'm going to set the bacon on the plate to the side while we... Actually, I may have just putting it on the sandwich anyways, because this thing only needs cheese and stuff for the other bun. Yeah. Hot tamales. We got fresh bacon going to the burger. Alright. Now I want to get the right size. Motherfucker. But I cut that bacon's hot. I just got it placed in the burger pan. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, YouTube, look what we got here. We got this banana bread. Now what we're gonna do for this burger is we're gonna take our top bun, we're gonna move it to the side on our cutting board. So now we can take our bottom bun and put some cheese on this mother beep. So I'm gonna take some string cheese, put it on there. The only reason I'm doing, the only reason you want to do like mozzarella or Swiss cheese with this kind of burger is because the ingredients I put on it are so sweet. Mozzarella and or Swiss cheese, it's a mild cheese and usually has a pretty nice creamy texture on the finish, which lends itself to the peanut butter and everything else. Asperger's, excuse me. First time I farted on a cooking video, look out. I try not to fart when I do a cooking video, so I do apologize for that. That slipped out. I'm thinking that I could put 2 slices on here, or 2, yeah. Really cheese it up, man. Yeah, let's do 2 of these cheese sticks on top here. Yeah, that string cheese is bomb diggity. So now what I'm gonna do now is just get all this string cheese on top here. And we're gonna melt it on top of our burger. Maybe get a couple chunks of it along the way. Yeah, I think that's definitely enough cheese for that. It's piled up on there really nice. Squish it down just a little bit. There we go. You fucking wank. Some of that cheese came off. That's alright, just put it back on there then. Give it about 48 seconds just to get that cheese nice and melted on top. I might go a little bit longer on that. Maybe like, give it another 20-second burst. Oh, no you don't. See, that's what I was going for, YouTube. All that cheese has melted on top of our burger. All that mozzarella cheese has melted on top of the burger. It's beautiful. Now let's dress this top bun. quick. Well, a little bit extra peanut butter on top wouldn't hurt. Well, to be quite honest, the jelly might I don't think the jelly would contradict the bananas too hard, but I don't know. I think the jelly would taste weird with the bananas and the banana bread, to be honest. So man, I'm just putting some mayo and some bananas on here and calling it a burger. Because, yeah, I think the jelly would taste weird with the banana bread, to be honest. Oh, dude, peanut butter is so good. Got a nice creamy peanut butter. So I'm gonna add some mayo to it. Just a little bit of mayo, not too much. Beautiful. So we got this mayo and this peanut butter on top of the banana bread. I don't know, YouTube. This is as weird as it gets. I mean, got the seed off that banana right there in the end, just like that. Let's not let the banana go to waste. However, we do need some of it for the top of our burger. So right into that mayonnaise, we're going to, and peanut butter. Right into that mayonnaise and peanut butter, we're just going to go ahead and stick on some chunks of banana here. A retake on the Elvis Presley Bacon Cheeseburger. I guess if you want to call it that, that's fair. But here's my burger to pay homage to the king of rock and roll himself, Elvis Presley. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely enough ingredients for this. I mean, you look at this this top bun, it's ready to go, yo. That's no joke, poke. Alright, so I'll take that top bun. I seriously cannot believe I'm doing this for a burger, man. This is nuts. Oh, good Lord. Look at this unhealthy monstrosity of a burger, YouTube. Why, you ask, do I do this? Make these weird-ass sandwiches? Because, I don't know, you people seem to like watching me make them and eat them. So, you know, I mean, maybe there's, you know, something to it, I guess, you know. YouTube, I can just feel my arteries clogging looking at this monster as a mess. But here's the thing of it. I'll let it cool off a bit before we munch into it. Oh, I've got some banana trying to leak out. I have no idea how a burger is going to taste on banana bread. I am going to try to finish this entire burger on camera, even though I'm rather full at the moment, I will say, but the crazy shit I do for YouTube, right? Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the worst looking thing I've ever cooked. People keep harassing me, they're like, are you gonna do the vegetable burger? Yeah, we'll get around to that. You're gonna cook a salad for your 9,000 subscribers, and I'm like, you don't cook salad. You're gonna make a salad for your 9,000 subscribers? Smart asses. This is the kind of burger that says you want to live large, you want to live in charge, you're going to consume a ridiculous amount of calories and you don't care how bad it is. Huh, got another banana trying to escape. Yeah. By my calculations, this burger shouldn't taste too terribly bad. Is it going to be as good as the last one I made? I don't know, dude, you know. Water's probably going to be the healthiest thing I have for this entire ordeal. This would probably be the Elvis Presley Bacon Cheeseburger remix. That's what I call it. Let's set it in my lap. People don't like the lighting, and I'm like, then don't watch it. Oh, fucking hell. I had to flip that over real quick. I want to eat this so bad, but I'm going to have to let it cool off a bit before too long. There's so much grease from the burger patty, it's just absorbing into the bottom bun. This is just one of those things where you're just like, why? Why was this made? But what was the point of it? Just for the sheer fact of why. People are going to watch this video and go, dude, there's something a little off about King Cobra, man, because he's eating a chocolate peanut butter banana bread bacon cheeseburger with string cheese and bananas and peanut butter. And who has to, honestly, YouTube, who honestly has to sit there and say, oh yeah, a bacon cheeseburger has to have this, this, and this? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let this cool off. Bottom bun facing up, because there's so much grease from that burger patty and the butter, toasting it into the bun. Ooh, I eat these unhealthy burgers once in a lifetime opportunity kind of thing. Like, okay, if I have it, why not try it, see how it turns out? Now, are all my recipes this ridiculously unhealthy? No. I've had burgers that were way less unhealthy than this one. This is done purely for shock value. Like, why the would you put... Oh, that's just messed up, yo. So yeah, this cooking video of mine's gonna get a lot of hate, but quite frankly, I don't care. I'll let that son of a bitch cool off a bit before I eat it. I used a little bit of butter for the patty, for the bacon, and for the buns. I could just hear my arteries hardening as I eat, as I'm about to embark on this interesting burger that I have created. Like, I've never actually attempted to make a burger with banana bread as the buns. And I figured the overall theme of it's already gonna have bananas on it. I think putting jelly on it would have been weird for me, so that's why I didn't put it on there. And yeah, it doesn't look that bad. It looks like a burger. Like I said, I'll eat it here in a second, just letting her cool off a bit. All that grease and the butter from everything is just soaking into that bottom bun like, holy crap, dude. This is the kind of burger that Wilford Brentley warned us about. Okay, that's a little too far, I'm sorry. You know, the sooner they legalize pot, the better, because quite honestly, marijuana reverses diabetes and prevents it. I'm Wilford Brentley, and ever since I switched to cannabis, I've been less moody. The doctor said to go on a healthy diet and exercise, and then when I get to relaxing, smoke this weed. And now my diabetes is gone. The hell was I taking that insulin crap for? That's how that commercial would go. Wilford Brentley taking weed for his diabetes. Like, Now here's something interesting, YouTube. Our first president, George Washington, smoked pot for his toothache and for his erectile dysfunction. See, our founding fathers didn't have Viagra and shit like that back in the day, so they had to make do with cannabis and oysters. They would catch some oysters off the coast, and then they would have them shipped in or whatever, process them, and then they'd sit around They smoke a bunch of weed, they get the munchies, they'd eat some oysters. Literally, our founding fathers would smoke a bunch of weed, they get the munchies, they would eat oysters, and then they discovered, oh hey, because here's the thing of it, our founding fathers didn't have Walgreens, drugstores, or any of that shit. So if they want to get romantic with their woman, how else are they going to do it if they don't have Viagra? You know, and trust me, when they want to get some, they set their minds to it, they're like, yeah, no, we're not giving up without a try, gents. Surely something will work, and that's when they discovered, oh, hey. Maybe someone came in, they're like, that's odd. I get done eating these funny looking fish with mouths, and that's it. I think we should call them oysters. Here's the thing of it. Our founding fathers didn't have fast food either. So how else were they supposed to catch food? Hunting and fishing. Ding, 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 ding. You are correct. Because here's the thing of it. When the first Americans, as we call them, came to, the first white people, when they came across boats, what do you think they were living off of? You know what I'm saying? When they got to the shoreline and shit, Plymouth Rock and shit, they were thinking to themselves, oh, hey, look, the natives taught them how to fish and what have you. And somehow that knowledge gets passed around the colonies. They're like, oh, hey, them cool people over there taught us this cool thing. We can like totally get food from there, man. No way. Yeah, wait, watch this. Just sit here and wait. About 20 minutes later, they reel something in. They'd be like, whoa, dude, what is that? I believe the English translation is fish. Ah, well. How does this fish taste? They got it, grill it on a fire. They'd be like, fuck, this ain't half bad. And think about it, YouTube. Our founding fathers and the founding people of this white America, if you want to call it that. It's more politically correct, I suppose, because there were already people living in this country before us. So I'll call it what I call it, and they would get whatever they could get. Wild turkey, pheasant, duck, goat, lamb, fish. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't use cows a whole lot back then because they didn't know that you could drink their milk and shit. But I'm willing to bet you those are like at least the 6 meats they would have lived off of. At least duck, pheasant, and fish. And turkey. You know what I'm saying? The first 4, at least those 4 that I can gather based off of. Because what they do for fun, they go hunting, they grab their bird dog and, their musket, and they had to eat something to survive. It wasn't just turkey and corn. Our founding fathers and the founding colonies had to use something more than that. Grab a glass of water. cannot believe I made this monster of a mess for YouTube. Why? For your sick entertainment, that's why. Get to watch me slowly kill myself with disgustingly unhealthy food, and I'm loving every minute of it. Not because of the death, but because of how good it's probably gonna taste. You know? People talk all this shit like, how the fuck are you still alive? I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, oh, jeez. That looks so unhealthy. How are you still alive? I'm like, yeah, shut up. You live once, might as well enjoy it. I mean, this isn't something that most people would think about doing, putting banana bread as the burger patty, but there I go, thinking outside the box again. Because we didn't have to bother with seasoning, this cooking video's only like 47 minutes long. As I try to pick it up, it just collapses. But I want to flip it right side up here. There we go. I was able to pick it up and save it here. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get a couple bites in here and have a couple bites here. Holy shit, that's rich. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to eat this all in one bite. Let's take a couple bites, save it for later. Kind of deal. Why? This shouldn't be, This shouldn't be, YouTube, it should be a crime to like a burger this unhealthy. But my taste buds are singing with delight with that banana bite. This would be a bacon cheeseburger worthy of the king of rock and roll, if I do say so myself. He probably never had nothing like this when he was around. Done purely for the sake of why not. Ooh. Well, you know I'm gonna have fun eating this bastard. More of this bastard later on. Oh, I'm not letting it go to waste. I'm just full right now. God damn it. Yeah, I took a couple bites of that. Holy crap, is that good. The flavor on that sweet banana savory goodness. Oh, YouTube. This is definitely not the burger to be eating if you're on a diet. That is for damn sure. In fact, this burger is the exact opposite of diet. This is one of those, you might want to go on a diet after eating one because that's how rich it is. Good gracious. Well, points for trying it, and actually that's not that bad. This will be my lunch tomorrow. Normally I wouldn't have a problem finishing a burger, but this is super rich. And yeah, I wasn't that hungry to begin with, but really wasn't even that hungry at all, to be quite honest. But there you have it. I'll dry my hands off YouTube. 1 second. Now, if I had my own burger restaurant, I have to call it Burger Boss. That's no bullshit. If I had my own burger restaurant, YouTube, I would call it Burger Boss. Because my burgers are boss. I'd have my homemade French fries that I do, plus the burgers. That's all I'd need. That grilled cheese pizza burger that I did, that would be on the menu. Ooh. That was ridiculous. A couple bites there, and I was full to begin with, but that yeah, that was over the top with the sweetness, yo. I'm gonna grab some water just to cut the sugar from that. Oh, good Lord. Alrighty, Lucifer. Was it tasty? Fuck yeah, it was tasty, but holy shit, is it rich. Definitely a good call not adding grape jelly to it. The grape jelly would have been overpowering on that sandwich, to be quite honest. The peanut butter, banana, and mayo. Yeah, that was enough. One thing can be said, YouTube. Are my cooking videos strange? Yes. Are they bizarre? Or truly weird and unique? Oh, definitely. And usually it takes me one to maybe 4 or 5 bites before I can determine whether or not I like it. And after trying like a couple bites of it, I'm like, it's not bad. A little rich on the flavor, but not bad. Now, they didn't have grocery stores back in our founding fathers' days either. So if our founding fathers wanted fruit and vegetables, they grew it from the land. Simple as that. A lot of people today take for granted, just being able to walk into the grocery store with money in your pocket and say to yourself, I want a bag of apples. So you go to the grocery store and you get them and you come home with them. See, if our founding fathers wanted apples, they had to go to an actual orchard and pick them and then carry the basket home with them, hoping that the bumpy road wouldn't tip it all over, spilling apples out of their carriage and shit. That's something to think about, YouTube. We're very fortunate to have modern conveniences because our founding fathers didn't have access to clean drinking water, let alone to doctors or a grocery store. They might have had doctors in their town, but they weren't, super advanced, Most people in the colonial days were lucky if they lived past 35, 40, 45, 50 years old. I'm serious, YouTube. If our founding fathers knew of the medical science we have today, humans would live a lot longer than they do today, but that, I'm sure, would tamper with so much shit. So that's probably why, if time travel becomes a thing, they're going to be like, oh, you can't alter the past, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, in General George Washington's time, people in those days, they were lucky if they could live past 50. Most of them were fighting for their country's freedom and independence, and because they didn't have clean access to drinking water, sometimes they relied heavily on distilled spirits to quench their thirst. So they'd have to have boatloads of wine imported at a time from various areas through trade embargo and such. I mean, think about it. If you don't have access to clean drinking water, all you have is your mead, your homemade wine, your mead. Of course you're going to drink it. it was not uncommon for them to have homemade beer that was offered to them as a beverage, because beer, as we know, is very filling. You drink beer, enough of it, it'll fill you up. And back then, they didn't have any laws against drinking age or any of that, so, you know, it wasn't uncommon for children at a certain age to have a beverage, because you gotta remember, these people are coming over from Europe into a new land, so they're taking their cultures with them and settling in a new environment. Benjamin Franklin brought cannabis and hemp seeds over from France. The Native Americans shared their tobacco, and all of a sudden, the first ever spliff was invented. Our founding fathers were taking, literally, our founding fathers were taking cannabis and tobacco they grew on their plantations and stuffing it into their pipes and smoking it for entertainment. Then they go and see a street performer perform the arts, what have you. But, yeah, they don't tell you these things when you're in history class, so they can sell you some bogus war on pot, man. Could you imagine for 1 second, YouTube, the first United States flag was sewn from a hemp sail from a colonial ship? So the fact that cannabis is illegal is so unconstitutional, it makes my head spin. If you told our founding fathers that pot was illegal, they would look at you and say you're stupid, because that can be used to make money and heal the sick. Now, if you told George Washington, our first president, that cannabis would be illegal several hundreds of years after his death, he would be rolling in his goddamn grave right now. Like, you've got to be shitting me, dude. Abraham Lincoln smoked pot as well. A lot of our founding fathers and a lot of our presidents smoked it. Uppers. Little political rant and a ridiculous burger. Thanks for watching, tubes.